What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Hi, it's Keisha. Nice to meet you all. Get in here because you've got quite a bit to get on into. So a lot of you guys have been in my DMs like crazy these last couple of days, just telling me a bunch of different things going on that you would love to hear my thoughts and opinions about in regards to Taylor. I do want to start the video by saying follow me over on my Instagram. It's Keisha_. That is the best place to connect with me. I try to, like, as frequently as possible check my DMs. A lot of you guys have been coming through with a lot of information that I didn't fully know about, some things in which I did know about, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to keep dragging this Taylor thingy majiggy thing out, but we're here, okay? And we definitely have quite a bit to get on into. So yeah, once again, follow me. It's Keisha_. It will be on the screen for you guys. I actually did a giveaway a couple of months ago, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been collecting things again. I love giving back. I think it's really fun, and yeah, like I think we might be doing a giveaway real soon, and also a YouTube one too. So just stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned, subscribe, follow me on all these platforms so that you guys do not miss out on anything. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Miss Tay Tay another time, because there's a few important things we need to talk about. If it wasn't important, you guys wouldn't hear from me today. We'll just be talking about something regular schmegular, okay? But we need to talk about Taylor Swift. I just didn't want people to think I was like trying to drag something out or milk something, because that just isn't the case here. I do think there's important conversations that are currently going on that I would love to chime in on and give you guys my honest take about, because this is a commentary based channel. We talk about pop culture. Taylor Swift is also pop culture. So I would be doing myself a disservice by not speaking right now. There's a few things we're gonna go ahead and get on into, a few notes that I have taken down as well. I just want to start off by saying Taylor Swift is flipping greedy. 34 variants for one album is absolutely diabolical. I'm not for the bullshit. I'm not. When did it get so bad? Now, word on the street is this is nothing new. Taylor Swift has released like multiple variants before for an album.
But imagine how tired we are. Imagine how tired we are of it.
This is the level of greed they spoke about in the Bible. If you didn't know this before, Taylor Swift is a businesswoman. She's always gonna run and chase the coins, whether you guys wanna hear that or not. I've said this before, I think in the video where I was reacting to the album and the cringe lyrics. I don't know if I told you this also, but Wood still lives in my head rent free. When I look at Travis Kelce now, unfortunately I think of Taylor Swift's Fires, but that wasn't, like, that's not me though. Like, she did this. Alright, all jokes aside, in that video I was basically saying that there is no ethical billionaire. It's just impossible. There is just none. You know, Taylor Swift has the private jets, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not gonna sit in here and tell someone what you should do with your money, but like, people are trying to downplay what a billionaire is and that status. And as I'm making this video, no, hold on, this month alone, the month of October, when the album came out, she's now worth $2.1 billion. Right? There's a reason why we're talking about this level of wealth as well, because I do think someone of this status has to know better. It's not as dumb as some of her fans try and make it seem like, oh, but she didn't know, she's still learning. Still learning? I hope someone gives me that grace at 35 years old. And that's the thing. Taylor Swift might be the oldest teenager that I know in America. She might be the oldest American teenager ever, because what do you mean at 35? She didn't know. Did she tell you that? Are you guys on FaceTime kikiing and she said that? What? Did she tell you to issue a statement on her behalf? No, she didn't. So some of you guys need to simmer it down. Pipe down. This is going to be an honest ass conversation. Some of you guys might not like it. Mainly the Swifties might find it offensive. Boo-hoo, bitch. So yeah, Taylor Swift is absolutely flipping greedy, and she's going to always try and make sure the sales look good. I think that she genuinely, at this point, I want to say she's in competition with Ollie herself, because she's out here breaking her own records. But where's the fun in that? Can we be real for a second? Where is the fun in constantly always winning? Like, it must feel good for some time, and yeah, you must feel like that girl. But I just feel like there's nothing wrong with a bit of friendly competition. I also feel like Taylor Swift needs to make room for a lot of the up-and-coming girlies and a lot of the girlies who exist in the industry now, and that's when I would respect it a little bit more. It just feels like she's always trying to block people from getting their number ones, whether it be the whole Charlie XCX situation, where Charlie was rumoured to be going number one with the Brat album, I think in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. And then boom, here comes Taylor Swift randomly just dropping another project, and it just like, sorry, did I say another project? It was the same project, but like flipped and added another song. I don't flipping know what she did, but it was something tactical. And that's the thing about Taylor Swift. People try to make it seem like she isn't as Taylor Swift wouldn't beg to differ. She's very intelligent. Maybe the lyrics on this album isn't really showing that. I think Taylor Swift isn't a dummy. I do think her lyrics can be weak at times. Yes, I don't think she's god-awful. I think there's been errors of Taylor Swift that I can appreciate in terms of lyrics, but I don't think that she's this, like, I don't think, because people compare her to Shakespeare, and I feel like the audacity and cheek from you guys, that's when I just can't take some of you guys seriously. Again, if the shoe fits, bitch, lace it up, let me know what size you wear. It's not all Swifties that think like this, but there's a lot of Swifties who for the longest time now have made it seem like Taylor Swift is this, like, this god and we should all bow down to her, and if we don't like her music it's because we don't have taste. Baby, I'm doing just fine. I've been just fine the times where I wasn't streaming Taylor Swift. We've been fine and we will be good, yeah? I don't hate Taylor Swift. I feel like I have to always preface this point in my videos because I there's nothing to hate. I can't hate somebody I don't know directly or someone who hasn't done anything to me. I can dislike the way that she's moving, and I do also think this era, the life of a showgirl, has revealed a lot more about Taylor Swift and her antics. Maybe some people clocked this, a while ago, but I definitely do think the world is finally clocking it, including the Swifties themselves.
The life of a showgirl, but the death of a Swiftie. Here's my super honest thoughts as a massive Taylor Swift fan, having fully reflected now on this album and everything that it means. I've listened to it a few times and I wanted to pull all of my thoughts together here and say that this is no longer a space, artist or fandom that I think I want to support, despite having been here since I was 13 and I'm now 30. And some people won't like that, and that's absolutely fine. But here's my reasons why. Number one, all those years ago, I fell in love with an artist, not a corporation. I appreciate music is a business, but she's now pushed it too far for me to engage further. I wish her every success, but I can't help but realise business has become the overwhelming top priority of the brand she is. The art is now secondary to the sales.
Quite sad, because I want music to be fun. I don't want it to be like this business move, but unfortunately it has turned into that. Now, Taylor Swift is not the only artist to have multiple variations of an album. K-pop do it too, but not to the same level. They're not rolling out 34 different variations. Like, what possessed you, truthfully? And the only difference would be, maybe this is the photo that you guys wanted for the album cover, so maybe I would release this one for vinyl. It's just like, what? But it's like, I can question herself and her team, but it's also the people who are going out to feel like they need to buy everything Taylor Swift releases, and that's on you. You have a problem. That level of consumerism is dangerous. So because something's finally available on vinyl, you want to go and rush to get it. And then because she's releasing merch and this, it's just like, when does it get to a point of too much? I'm very curious to know. Girl, you have it all. You have made it. You've been made it. You've been here for a very long time, and I doubt you're going away anytime soon. I think the thing with Taylor Swift that I find so annoying right now is the fact that we could have done without this album. Had you given yourself 2 years, 2.5 years, get married in that time, right from the perspective maybe of a married woman. I don't know whether Taylor Swift thinks marriage is going to be smooth sailing. I mean, she's never been married before. I've never been married before, but it's not something that is just simple and easy. Like, you're going to wake up sometimes hating your partner, I can imagine. And these are the stories that I hear, right? And it's the things that you have to unfortunately get ready for. You love your partner, hence why you said I do. Hence why you chose to accept the proposal. And I wish her and Travis nothing but the best. But where she's at right now, from watching interviews, from hearing the album and checking out the lyrics, she's very much giving my man. And I just hope to God that this lasts. Seriously, otherwise this is all going to backfire and you're going to look ridiculous in the end. I wish her nothing but the best, and I hope that their marriage flourishes into something beautiful. Great, love that. I'm not a hater by any means necessary, but I do think this whole my man thing, or even when she was on the Jimmy Fallon show, right? She was talking about how she turned down the Super Bowl. Her partner's job is just so hard and he does this and does that. I'm like, how out of touch can one be? And also, for someone who loves constantly winning and achieving things, for a lot of musicians, performing at the Super Bowl is like a big deal. Maybe, I don't know whether people are like gagging over it as much now, but it still is a big deal, especially in America. Linking it to your fiance just feels a little bit meh. Just a little bit, When people typically move like that, my man, it doesn't end well. So, I don't know. And also, this is Taylor Swift we're talking about, and this is absolutely no shade whatsoever. She's a beautiful girl. Of course, she's going to have been in different relationships, but she's been in many different relationships, at least publicly anyways. So you haven't learned that, not once, at your big age. Speaking of age, a lot of you guys try to make it seem like she's slow. She's not slow. This is the same woman who has Easter eggs in her music videos. She wants you out here thinking, oh my God, wait, maybe this means that. Oh my God, does that mean that? She wants you to think. She wants you to now come up with conspiracy theories about music videos. She is the queen of Easter eggs. So what do you mean? A lot of you guys try to make it seem, oh my God, she didn't know any better. She knew. She knew. The merchandise is god-awful. I miss the days when artists really cared for things they were releasing. I really miss those days where things just felt like it was made with love. You know when you go to a restaurant and the chef is cooking it up or whatever, now you can't see them because you're out here, you know, waiting for your food. And then the food gets here and you taste it and it just tastes so good. You can tell it was made with love, bitch. You can tell that chef liked you, basically. They cared about you and your well-being. The merchandise is absolutely awful and just looks cheap, okay? So she has sweatpants here for £60. Tell me this is not something that I could literally make on Canva. Tell me this is not something I could literally do in about 5 minutes. Kayla, girl. And the thing is, yeah, do you remember when these musicians actually wore their own merchandise? Like, I know Ariana Grande wears her merch down. And you wanna know why? Because it actually looks good. It's good enough for her to wear. Justin Bieber would be out and about on his merchandise because it just looked that good. She's got a phone case, absolutely cheap looking. Something you can find on Shein. Shein could probably do it for what, $1.99? That's £35, by the way. I can't sit on here and say, oh my god, maybe she's just trying to pay for the wedding. But she's already rich. Maybe she's... There's no maybe anything. This is a choice. This is definitely a choice. But word on the street is that Taylor Swift's always been money hungry. She's always just been gagging for the money. And it's like, I want artists to just have fun with it again. Have fun with making music. I don't want my first thought to think, oh my god, she's just doing this shit. This is cash grabbing. You had the highest grossing tour within like the last couple of years. You're doing well. There's no denying that. The Eras tour was absolutely flipping successful and went on for God knows how long, yeah? You did that. And you know what's so funny, actually? She was asked in an interview, you know, would she like be touring this album? And she said, no, like, I'm tired.
You got the itch for another something soon?
No, I'm gonna be really honest with you. Like, I am so tired. Like, when I think about doing it again, because I would want to do it really, really well again.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
But I would have thought that you would rest in that fatigue. Like, I genuinely thought we wouldn't hear anything from Taylor Swift because that makes the most sense. The Diamante cup, £40. This fur jacket. We need to talk about this fur jacket that just, ugly colour. Who's actively wearing this? Taylor, I don't think you're thinking. And if it's not just Taylor we have to blame, then it's the team. But also, when a team is coming up with a concept, I'm sure they have to have Taylor Swift to prove it because it's gone on her site and she's the face of the brand. Duh. Also, Taylor Swift is a brand now. It's about knowing your audience, knowing what they're going to rock with. Taylor Swift also released this dress, which is actually sold out. It says sequins are forever, which I believe is a line somewhere on the album. And it retails for £85. But I saw some criticism online saying that the sequins were dropping everywhere. Anyways, this is the thing. Taylor Swift's kind of taken advantage of her audience. The ones who are going to bend their back to buy anything she releases. And look, some people are going to be like, okay, but she's being smart by doing that. And yes, she is. But also, and I do think the fans start waking up and realizing that she's literally kind of low-key, high-key using you and milking this, but you guys keep passing the test for her, so it is what it is. So there's this mint green flipping fur jacket. I don't know, but I saw it in real, like, I saw it in a video format. Someone on TikTok was wearing it.
I can respect that it came in this packaging. I already determined that this is freaking ugly. Okay, I was obsessed with it. It's the second I saw it on the movie screen, I had to have it before I even knew it was her merch, okay? So when you're talking about someone excited, I was so excited to get this. Let's give it a try. Taylor freaking Swift. I know this is a joke. Because what is this?
Talk a little bit more about the 34 variants because it sounds like I'm making it up, right? Quickly broke the one-day vinyl sales records and broke the record previously held by Adele's 25 for biggest listening week. The Life of a Showgirl holds the record for the most single week physical and digital sales in the modern era. 27 physical iterations, 18 CDs, 8 vinyl LPs and 1 cassette. You can't tell me Tay ain't cackling from up in her flipping mansion. Oh my god, my laptop is literally not coming on. The Swifties don't want me to be great, but baby, don't worry. Alright, let me stop joking around before people actually start taking me seriously. Cause the haters gonna hate. I'm just gonna shake. Oh my god, what other Taylor Swift songs can I sing before the haters start jumping at me? You're so gorgeous. Thank you for making me feel this way. I saved myself, didn't I? Look, whoa, it's a lie. Romeo, take me somewhere we can be alone, I'll be waiting. Life was so much simpler back then. When did that come out? 2009. Life was good when I was 9. Didn't have to worry about no goddamn bill. Didn't have to worry about who's a true friend. Like, take me back to 2009 actually. I think Vampire Diaries might have just come out. Pretty Little Liars had just come out. I was living la vida loca. Like, come on. There is a specific merch that she's released. It's like a necklace, and a lot of people are saying it literally looks like the Nazi symbol. Others emphasize the purely artistic reference to her song Opalite, which is also a song in which a lot of people believe that she is being very racist and derogatory on that song. So we're going to go ahead and check out the lyrics people are mainly referring to and why they feel the way that they do. The necklace features 8 lightning bolts. I don't think it is 8 though. I think it's 12. I think they got that part wrong. But then in another photo I saw 12, so I don't know which one's which. Like, what are the odds? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are the odds? I can understand why people are like, oh my god, this looks very similar to, you know, the Nazi symbol. The pendant isn't helping, is it? And that's why I'm like, you guys shouldn't come to her defense too quickly. Maybe we are reaching here, I do not know. But again, this is the same woman who has Easter eggs in her music videos.
So Opalite was the only song I actually liked on the album, my first listen through. And then I came on TikTok and I saw many Black female creators talking about the racial undertones that they heard in the song Opalite. And I am in the business of listening to Black women. I think they would know what a microaggression sounds like against them way better than I ever could. And so my conclusion was that maybe Swift did not mean to be cruel or racist in the song. However, she is in a position of power. She should have known better. She should have understood that people would take it that way.
The Taylor Swift Nazi necklace controversy shows exactly why DEI is a necessary investment for anyone wanting to keep a liberal or left-leaning fan base, especially during this time. If I was the DEI person reviewing Taylor's merch line, I would have told them, hey, you know how Taylor hates being called boring Barbie? How do you think she'll like being called Aryan Barbie? Because this fuck-ass necklace looks like costume jewelry for a Nazi princess playset.
People are going to be in my comment section, and some people on the comment section of people's TikTok videos saying, you guys are just reaching, you guys are looking for anything to nitpick. But it's like, girl, she hasn't really helped herself, especially in this era, has she? And she's also been tied to a lot of racists. So it's like, girly pop, I don't know. What about her team though? Did they not think, oh my god, this could be interpreted as this? You know, Taylor Swift has been in question when it comes to certain things in the past. So like, let's help ourselves and let's help this brand. And this is the thing, yeah. Taylor Swift, I don't know her team, but it doesn't look like there's any inclusivity there. That's the thing. You know, you look at some people's teams and you're like, oh my god, there's definitely a gay there. Love that for them. There's a black person a part of a team. With Taylor Swift, I'm not under that impression. Excuse me for not being under that impression. At the same time, the accusations are also rejected. Many voice emphasizes that the lightning bolts are clearly different from the SS rune. Rather, the necklace is an allusion to a line of the text from Taylor Swift's Opalite. It says you dance through lightning, sleepless in the Onk's black night, but now the sky is opal colored. You're so bored. You couldn't come up with anything creative, you and your team, right? That you thought, okay, let's just have lightning bolts for necklaces. This looks like an item a kid will purchase from Claire's. And you know what? They would probably walk past it and choose the better design because this is just ugly. The necklace can no longer be found in a store. It is unclear whether it's been sold out or deliberately removed. So far, Taylor Swift and her team have not commented on the case, and they're not going to. They're not going to issue any statement of like, oh, you guys might be confused or like this was our intention. It's going to be crickets, quiet. Because this is the thing. When there's controversy, Taylor Swift is not going to address something. What she would do is move past it.
You know what? I don't speak up about many things. This matters to me. This whole thing actually matters to me.
Taylor Swift's political stance, a reoccurring theme. Taylor Swift's political stance is a reoccurring topic of discussion. Although the singer has taken a clear stance against the Republicans in the past, photos of her together with supporters of Donald Trump have recently made the rounds. It's not recently, babes, we saw it. Even when she was attending, I think it was a Super Bowl, you know, when Ice Spice was there, Blake Lively, a bunch of different MAGA beings, shall we say. It feels very contradicting to the message that she's tried to send publicly. And it's like, is Taylor Swift one of those people who say one thing publicly but move different behind the scenes? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Since her her engagement to NFL star Travis Kelce, some fans have accused her of faking her commitment to the Democrats in order to avoid losing sympathy and revenue. Swift and Kelce spent a lot of time with Kelce's teammate Patrick Mahomes and his wife Brittany, who is now considered as Swift's close friends. Trump publicly thanked her for supporting his policies. Trump also publicly congratulated Swift and Kelce on their engagement, calling Kelce a great player and Swift a great person. What do you guys think about the necklace though? Do you think it was giving Nazi? Do you think it resembled the SS bolts? Or do you think it was simply just lightning and a cheap old looking, horrible looking necklace? Netflix? Was I trying to make an... Oh my god, I was trying to mix Netflix and necklace together. What is this channel?
I welcome the chaos. The rule of show business is if it's the first week of my album release and you are saying either my name or my album title, you're helping. And art, I have a lot of respect for people's subjective opinions on art. I'm not the art police. It's like everybody is allowed to feel exactly how they want.
I don't think what she's saying is necessarily wrong, because it's like people have been saying this for years now, you know, like all publicity is good publicity, or like it's helping with my sales, but that just proves the point of greediness. So she's not wrong in what she's saying, but like that literally proves the point that I'm making in this video and that people are making, that it just simply comes down to greed. But you guys never want to admit that she can be sometimes quite passive aggressive depending on what interview you're watching. Passive aggressive, but a white woman can't be aggressive. Apparently, you're never gonna hit her with that word. You might hit her with the, oh my god, I love that she's in this, like, you know, I love that she's, you know, sassy. I think in that clip alone, she comes across as quite passive aggressive. I just think a lot of people see her as like cookie cutter, perfect, America's sweetheart. She strikes me as somebody who always wants to be liked. I mean, her biggest complaint on the album was the fact that, you know, people talk about her and troll her, and like there's memes. Like, what? Come on, have a break, have a Kit Kat. Do you know what I mean? Bloody hell, blimey. I need her to get a grip when it comes to Travis Kelce. Like, he may be your prize, but that's really scary. Like, it really is scary, because it's like, yeah, you should be in love. You chose to marry him. Why are you talking about Kayla Nicole? You've never chatted with her, sat down with her. You only know things from Travis's perspective, and only God knows what he's telling you. Prior to Taylor Swift, this man has literally dated just black women, at least public knowledge. I don't know, before he was famous, maybe he was dating every other race out there. I don't know. But there's been 3 public relationships on record that Taylor Swift would know about if she wanted to do a little 1-2 Google search, because she seems like the type of person to do it. And I would too. I want to know, who have you been spotted with? Where? Like, come on. We all want to know. Taylor Swift looks like the girl who goes digging. Bitch, I'm not mad at it. I'm not. Hashtag relatable. Travis' previous type, in case you guys didn't know, was always black women.
Taylor Swift has revealed herself to be resentful of black women, or at least deeply insecure when it comes to comparing herself to black women. In the song Opalite, Taylor is referencing Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, Kayla Nicole. The lyrics of Opalite include, "You were dancing through the lightning strikes, sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite." So Taylor is not only using the lyrics in the song to talk about how she is so much better for Travis than his ex-girlfriend is, which is inconsiderate on its face, what did that lady ever do to you? But she is choosing to do that using the imagery of onyx, which is typically black, and opalite, which is typically white. Or in Eldest Daughter, Taylor says, "I'm not a bad bitch, and this isn't savage, but I'm never gonna let you down." The language of bad bitch and savage are primarily associated with black women, at least in this context, especially black women in hip-hop. Both make me think of Megan Thee Stallion immediately. And there were rumors that Travis was trying to holler at Megan back in 2023, shortly before Travis and Taylor started dating. So I read this lyric as, "Sorry, I'm not a hot, cool black woman like he usually dates." Or in Wishlist, she says they want a fat ass and a baby face. Big booties are not unique to black women, but if we're all being honest here about the associations of black women's bodies over the last 400 years, big booties are and have been associated with black women. Now, could I understand why Taylor might be insecure about this? Yeah. Knowing that thousands, if not millions of people are looking at your man's exes and then looking at you like, huh? Would make me insecure too. But to be even relatively conscious of the trope of white men dating black women until it's time to settle down and have white babies, or the trope of men dating black women until they get richer or more famous, or to know the way that Kayla Nicole has been dragged to hell and back because her high-profile ex, a white man, started a very public relationship with one of the biggest pop stars in the world, a white woman, and how many people hurled racist jokes at her and black women generally for it, to know all that, and still dunk on her one more time to your millions of loyal fans. For this to come up on at least 3 different songs in one album, for her to play into harmful tropes that she has to be aware of, and for so many of Taylor's fans to not notice or just not care, this album is simply not for me.
2016, he was dating Maya Benbury. Dating series called Catching Kels. Out of 50 contestants, he chose Maya Benbury, a woman hailing from Kentucky. The relationship marked the beginning of his high-profile romances, and though they seemed loved up on the show, the relationship appeared to quickly fizzle once filming wrapped. Sorry, I don't know why that part made me laugh. Like, it just fizzled out when filming, like when there was no cameras, everything just fizzled out. Benbury had confirmed their split by early 2017 and later accused Kels of cheating. The famous Kayla Nicole, 2017 to 2022. Shortly after his TV romance ended, Travis entered his longest and most public relationship with sports broadcaster and influencer Kayla Nicole. She was regularly spotted cheering Kels on from the sidelines at his games, and the pair lived what appeared to be a glitzy and glamorous lifestyle. They reportedly met when Travis slid into her Instagram DMs on New Year's Eve, which is a story that the pair shared on multiple occasions. For the next 5 years, Nicole became a fixture at Chiefs games and events. They regularly went on luxury holidays together and posted about their social lives. You know, I used to always see them, I think, like on the Shade Room. They would be posted on black blogs or whatever. People saw him as like this really cool guy who had a little bit of like a swag to him. The relationship, however, was considered to be quite on and off. In 2020, rumors that Travis had cheated circulated, and though he denied them at the time, calling them fake news, it was the prevailing narrative online. They did get back together after this though, so perhaps it was just rumors. Despite reconciling multiple times, they officially broke up in 2022. Kayla Nicole later spoke openly about the emotional impact of their breakup, which is reasonable when you consider how many Swifties drop into your comment sections every time a story about Taylor and Travis breaks. 2022 to 2023, another black woman's, Zuri Hall. Following his final breakup with Nicole, Kels was briefly linked to Access Hollywood. I knew her. Speculation began in October 2022 when Hall was spotted in Travis Kelce's suite at a Chiefs game. Fans naturally were quick to link the pair romantically. He loves him some black women. Now listen, maybe he's open-minded and loves them all. I don't flipping know. But there is women that are black. That we've just given you the 3 examples, you know? And these are the women that came before Taylor Swift. Now, I don't know whether she feels that she has to compete. I just think it looks embarrassing and it's cringe to, on your album, give any attention or send shots towards Kayla, who, to my knowledge anyways, has always like wished you the best and just been like, you know what, like I like her music. You know, that to me, some people might interpret that as shade. At the end of the day, you can't keep talking to me about my ex and their new partner. And this is a high profile relationship as well. So it's like, you got, these interviewers are really trying it. Keep it cute. But the Swifties will still be in her comment section. Before this album came out, the Swifties were still in her comment section trying to tell her about herself. Who are you? And you know what? Taylor knows this. And she's not once tried to tell people to like, quit it. These are all beautiful women that we've just mentioned. And Taylor is as well. But like, some people do feel this way, and it happens with like some white people as well, where like they feel like, okay, well, you know, my partner's only dated black women before, so it's like I don't look anything like them, and they're beautiful women. I might not admit it, but they're beautiful women, so like I'm going to now, because I feel like I have all the power, just go all guns blazing and just move mad, but do it in a very discreet manner because I'm not putting an at on it. Like, we've seen these examples before, and this is how, in some scenarios, things can go left. And it's such a dangerous game that I think she's playing. I think it's crazy that you have not even issued a single statement saying, please do not send hate. Because look, as much as Selena Gomez can be annoying when doing this, because we know sometimes who she's talking about, it might come late, but she will hit you with the, so Hailey Bieber reached out to me, and guys, please stop the hate. It's not about who you think it's about. God, oh my God, I just did my ugly laugh. But that's how you know it's real. Like, that's when you know it's so funny. Like, Taylor will not say anything.
I don't speak up about many things.
But when the album dropped though, and Opalite came out, she was probably preing her comment section, waiting for the Swifties. I mean, the Swifties were going to do what the Swifties are going to do. Let's be real. And also, why is it the Swifties just have to jump to being racist? Like, you can't even get creative with it. Like, we've heard it all before. What was it that London Ray said? I've seen it all. I've had my cake now. No, but seriously though, like, we've actually seen it all. Now what? In Opalite, which is a song many people believe that she's being incredibly offensive in, that's the same song where she's also dissing Kayla Nicole. And what are the odds? Have you seen the clip where Travis and Kayla are on a date, it's date night, and she's just like recording stuff, and maybe she's a little bit tipsy, I don't know, but she's recording things. And then there's Travis saying like, put the phone down.
So why so we can go? social media. Get off your phone.
I wouldn't have to get on social media and seek validation.
You're not even
from a bunch of strangers on the internet.
Drinking your wine anymore. Go.
Live for the way.
Loser!
Look at me.
What is that?
Yo,
Obsessed. You're obsessed with yourself.
Look, Taylor, I get it. Like, you're gassed and everything. And you know what? Like, you're feeling yourself. Do you not ever worry that could be you? Or is it a thing where it's like, no, you're powerful, and you know that, like, because Taylor Swift said before that, like, you know, if you don't want a song written about you, then just like behave yourself kind of thing. I mean, look, there's truth in that, but it's also kind of like intimidation in some ways. So it's like, do you not think it could be you? Because those are the people you've got to be the most cautious of. The ones who genuinely think, oh, that can never be me though. It's like, babes, anything, life can hit you. I don't know, I just find that really weird. It's like, are you guys like pillow talking about Kayla? Like, what's the tea? Because I think a lot of the media and a lot of the Swifties believe it's Kayla who's got Taylor's name in her mouth, but it just doesn't feel that way though, does it? Because to go in the studio and write about your fiance's ex is a little bit crazy. Especially when she hasn't said anything slanderous about you, ever. At least publicly. She can probably chat a crap about you behind the scenes if she wants to, but I don't know. There would be no reason to unless you're saying things about her. You just keep it pushing, you keep it classy, and it is what it is. I don't know, I found that really weird. It's like, again, it's like only God knows what it is that he's saying to her. Because anyone can say anything to make themselves look good. And that's probably what's happening here as well. Like, I wonder if she's like asking the right questions. Like, okay, so like, what really happened? And like, I don't know, it's a bit of a tough one. You're someone who feels like you've been bullied in the industry. And, you know, when the whole Kanye thing happened, like you really, you know, you said that you faced some difficulties in the industry. And I'm sure you did, yeah? But like, what about this woman who's also black? And we know the Swifties, a lot of them don't like, they're not beating those allegations, are they? There's a lyric about, I'm not a bad bee or a savage. And wasn't it also rumored that he was trying it on with Megan Thee Stallion, who also considers herself a bad bee and has a song called Savage? Like, you actually can't make this up. I just want to know where that clip came from, because I swear to God, I've never seen that clip prior to this month where the Life of a Showgirl just came out at the start of this month. So I've never seen it before. It's just, where did she even find that? I don't even flipping know, because she references it in Opalite. You couldn't understand it. While you felt alone, you were in it for real. She was in her phone and you were just a pose. Girl, like, trying to make it seem like she wasn't in it for real. Is that what he's telling you? I don't think you could be in a relationship with someone. Actually, no, you can. You can be in a relationship with someone for a long time and people can still be actors. It can give very much. And the Oscar goes to, do you know what I mean? Like, and the Emmy goes to, the audacity and cheek. It's like, if I'm Kayla, I'm just not going to say anything. I mean, I might clap back, but it depends on what day you catch me on. But for the most part, I'll keep it cute, keep it moving, because that's the best way to get to someone like that. A lot of people found these lyrics offensive. Sleepless in the Onyx night, but now the sky is opalite.
When Taylor Swift sings sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite, her metaphor is using the black is bad effect, and here's why that's problematic. Research has found that people associate darker skin with negative personality traits, and that partially has to do with the cultural understanding we've given to the meaning of certain colors. Research has also suggested that when we simply hear about something evil done, we're more likely to associate that act to someone with darker skin. And that implicit assumption is made even though the original reason why we associate black with badness has nothing to do with race. The association with darkness as being bad spans multiple cultures, because as humans we tend to portray villains as being more active in the nighttime because it's dark at night. We can't see shit. That's also partly why we're afraid of the dark, because we're deprived of one of our senses, sight. This association with blackness as wickedness was one of the core components of justifying the transatlantic slave trade. Enslavers saw black people as less than human and inherently wicked just because their skin was darker. And it's important to note that the transatlantic slave trade is in reference specifically to the traffic of people from sub-Saharan Africa, and sub-Saharan Africans are more likely to have very dark skin because it's a genetic adaptation to deal with high UV radiation at the equator. And keep in mind, we're talking about the 1800s, so this is before the mass intermixing of cultures that we know today. These stereotypes are still used in American media when dog whistles like the word thug are used. Onyx is also a word that at times has been associated with dark black skin specifically. So in your song where you're talking about relationships and you use onyx as a negative contrast to opalite, a stone, a man-made stone, mind you, that is often described as like a milky color. That's weird, especially when you add this in with the context of Travis Kelce's past relationships with black women.
I want to hear from the Black Swifties. Like, what is it like being in this fandom? I think it was at the start of the channel. Let me know if you guys remember me from like the Dolan Twins era. Oh my God, if you've been watching me that long, I really hope I haven't let you down. Anyway, if you've been watching me for that long, it's been many, many years. I made a video years ago, maybe like 6 years ago, titled like maybe even like 7 years ago, titled like Being Black in the Dolan Twins fandom. And that was a video that like I was rushing to make because I was heavily an Ethan and Grayson fan down. Like, this is when YouTube was great, like very great. This is when people were actually posting. And, you know, there would be this thing where every Tuesday they'll post a video, and on Twitter, when Twitter was actually good, on Twitter, you know, people would post selfies. It was this thing that the community was doing. I say community, but did I feel like I was amongst the community? I don't know. But anyways, every Tuesday we would post a selfie looking cute. Hashtag Dolan Twin Tuesday. Hashtag, oh, we're at Ethan and Grayson, and some people would get recognized. I think I even got a like from Ethan before, and I was an Ethan girl, so you guys know I was living, yeah? And every time a black girl would post a selfie, I feared for my life. I feared for my life as well when I posted. I remember seeing some comments and like some like other black users, and the comments were just absolutely disgusting. Not all of them, but because there is a lot of love. But there was hate of people saying, oh my god, you think you can get noticed? Like, what are you doing here? Bitch, what are you doing here? I know what it's like to be black in the fandom where it just feels predominantly white, and you just feel kind of awkward, like maybe even going to like someone's show. You just feel like, oh yeah, where the other blacks are? Like, where? So let me know what it's like for your perspective, because obviously we know that there are black Swifties, but my goodness, like, how are you guys doing? I know no one asked, but how are you guys doing? I'm not like a heavy supporter of anyone. I feel like I kind of like gave that up years ago, but I do remember the days where it just felt like a bit tough. I think everyone needs to have a break and have a Kit Kat, truthfully. Also, I've been sat here filming this for an hour. The Swifties are not gonna love this one. Got Taylor Swift, this billionaire, to call his fiance, to call his soon-to-be wife. Ratings have gone up with his podcast. And I know people are saying that his preference is black women, and I know people will say that people treat their preference the best. Do they? Where they do that? Like, I would love to see it. I don't know, darling. I don't know, darling. Let's continue the conversation down below in the comment section. Let me know what it is that you guys think. I'm very intrigued to know. What do you guys think about the merchandise? What do you guys think about this level of greed they talk about in the Bible? I'll catch you guys real soon for a brand new video. Bye.
We were both young when I first saw you.
All right, let me get my ass out of here. Bye, guys.